Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to my channel. I am John Philp Thompson, and today we are kicking off a little Q&A. This is something that I've been wanting to do for a while, and I'm just excited to kind of let y'all hear about who I am or what I do. Some work related, some travel stuff, a little bit about me, so cannot wait to get to them. And here we go. So what do you do for a living? I get this question quite often, especially during Christmas when my aunts corner me and they're like, all right, so what are you doing? We don't get this. It's not what I went to school for, and it's not what I thought I would be doing right now, but I love it and I wouldn't be doing anything else. I tell people that I'm a photographer, and I also run a menswear and travel blog, Risky Jackal. Honestly, a dream. I love working for myself. Never would have considered myself an entrepreneur, but yeah, I love being my own boss. Your age, height. I am 28 years old. My birthday's in February. Oh my God. My birthday's in April. I'm a Taurus, if there's any other Tauruses out there. What am I currently watching? Schitt's Creek and The Marvelous Miss Maisel. Comment below if there's something that I need to be watching. Would love to know what y'all are watching. How do you style your hair? My hair this is literally what I've been doing since I was in like second grade, and it's kind of a one-trick pony. It's the only thing it knows what to do. It's probably my #1 asked question, and I'll definitely set aside a whole video for that. But in a nutshell, I shampoo my hair like 3 times a week, blow dry it after the shower, and then with product, I need a strong hold, and I prefer a matte finish, so it's not as shiny. I will link what I use below. Are you straight or gay? I am gay. I came out when I was 24, about 5 years ago. Yeah, I'll definitely set aside some time to talk about that because I got quite a few questions around sexuality. We're gonna pin that for right now. Do you ever do anything to unplug from technology? It's really hard. I feel like the last 2 years I have gone to Australia over New Year's with my boyfriend, Brett, who I can't wait to introduce y'all to. Both times I haven't been planning to kind of disconnect, but I literally was like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna like film 2 vlogs. I'm gonna do a blog post about all my favorite spots in Sydney and creating all this content. And I got there, y'all, I posted 3 photos. I was there for 2 weeks. I posted 3 photos, and 2 of them were selfies. And it was because I did not take my camera out once. I realized that has kind of become my time to just turn off. Where do you find your quotes you put on stories? 1 second, I'll go grab them real quick. All right, so about 5 years ago, I started just collecting quotes that I came across, and I've got all of these field notes. Focus, not on me. Okay, well, I've got like 7 or 9 volumes. It's been something that I did as therapy, and I love doing my spare time, and I had this stack sitting on my desk in Chicago. Oh gosh, back in, when did stories start on Instagram? But whatever it was, I didn't like the point of this content that went away after 24 hours. And then when Instagram came out with stories, I was like, all right, how can I utilize this, or how can I, make this something that brings me joy? They're not my words, but they're wise words. I don't know, I've gotten a flood of responses to them. It's one of my favorite things to do. I don't know, I feel like I've gained such a deeper level of engagement with people on Instagram. It just created a lot more substance for me on stories, and kind of giving me something like, literally, this is the first thing I do in the morning. I wake up and kind of comb through them and see what hits me that day and what is kind of like most inspiring me. So if you have a favorite quote, please send it to me. I'd love to feature it and jot it down in my notebook. What did you do in college? I did a lot, mostly drink. But my major was government and public policy at the University of Texas down in Austin. Hook 'em horns. How did you make the switch from a 9-to-5 job? So I was working originally for a boutique PR agency in Chicago that dealt with a lot of food nutrition, but I realized it was not as creatively fulfilling as I assumed it would be or needed it to be, so eventually started taking days PTO because I would book shoots, and it would be financially, it would be worth me to take a day off to go do the shoot. I went in and told my boss that I was leaving, and they were like, all right, well, what agency are you going to? We'll match whatever price they're trying to, poach you for. And I was like, no, like I'm peacing out. I'm like leaving. I'm doing something totally different. I will say it's these things that you never know until you just do it. So jumping off the deep end and starting from scratch really made me figure out, what my day-to-day looked like all of a sudden when you're your own boss. What kind of camera gear do you shoot with? Well, I'm shooting this video on my Canon G7X. I've got a 6D. I am a Canon guy through and through. I love the 6D and recommend it. It's a little bit lighter than the 5D and it's still full frame. I have had in the past Fuji and Sony, and I don't know, something about the user interface I just really struggled with in both of them. Raw images, the tint on the Fuji and then the sharpness on the Sony, and that's just because I'm so used to Canon, but I could spot them a mile away, and I just don't get that same like warmth and fuzz feel as the Canon. So just preference. Well.
Hi, I'm home.
What's up?
Oh, it's facing this way now.
Y'all know Olivia?
The roommate.
The roomie. You want to come answer some questions with me? There's some New York questions.
Are we gonna share a chair?
Yeah.
Okay.
You're wearing stripes too.
Oh my gosh, we always do this.
How do you make friends in New York City?
Through him. John knows everyone.
I think being an adult, it's hard making friends.
Yeah.
So I would say if you've got any cool people at work.
You don't have people at work.
Not me, but how do you in
I'm
general?
the only person at work. This is the office. And we're the only two in the office, so.
Go to concerts, go to events, try to meet and mingle with people. Social media, just reach out to people on Instagram.
Media.
I don't think there's a stigma about like meeting people via the internet anymore, but I don't know. I think Instagram is all you need. But
yeah, Instagram and friends that are friends with everyone.
Once you kind of realize everyone else is looking for friends too,
right.
It's not as intimidating or scary.
Right.
What has been the most difficult part about living in New York? I knew I'd be downsizing apartments. I knew it was pretty like dirty on the streets and the trash goes on the outside. Wasn't really shocked or nothing really like surprised me about the city. Difficulty wise, I think it's just like that there's things going on all the time. So it's really hard to say no. Mm-hmm. Whether it's an event or just friends out and about, because you kind of feel like you're always missing out on something.
Yeah, I would say it's a hard pace to keep up with, but I mean, it's so fun and I love that there's so much to do here. Like we could go to a fun event every night.
On a Tuesday.
On Tuesday, yeah. And we do a lot of the time.
Yeah, I feel I kind of have like a Pokemon-tality. It's like a, have I told you about this? Gotta catch them all. Like whatever it is that I I want to do all of them, but it's one of those things I've realized like there are so many, kind of like I can't wrap my head around it.
Yeah. And
by the time you like do half of them, the other half have turned over or things have popped up in its place. So, oh, did you know there's a word for that now?
Of turning things down?
It's the opposite of YOLO. JOMO.
That's not new.
It's not?
No, it's been around for a while.
Oh, dang it. I just heard of that. Okay, that's all the New York questions I've got.
Thanks so for having me. Thanks for having me, guys.
Where are you going?
Back to my room.
Okay. But more stuff to come with Olivia on her channel and mine. So again, subscribe to hers and be sure to subscribe to mine just so you can keep up. We've got some funny stuff coming up.
Yeah, if you guys saw the plant video, that was one of our first like adventure videos, but I feel like we're gonna start doing more of those where we're just like
giggling the whole time, pretty much.
Running around the city, like trying to figure out how to be New Yorkers. So
yeah, we're gonna keep you on the loop.
Yeah.
That was fantastic. All right, some fitness questions. What gym supplements are you on? Are you taking? At the moment, I'm really only taking whey protein. I used to take pre-workout as well. I've kind of started using coffee as a substitute before, and I've heard that that's just a little bit better for you. What are your fitness goals? I think just like 10 more pounds of like quality muscle. Yeah, that's what I'm working towards. I'd like to stay on the leaner side, and that's just kind of my frame. And then just sustaining that would be my goal. How can I get rid of my flubber, and what do we think about the movie Flubber? The movie Flubber, I remember getting that for my birthday, maybe my 7th, 8th birthday. When did that come out? 97, 98? I'd love to rewatch that movie now though and see how it aged or see how good I thought it was. for any kind of fat loss, you've got to be burning more calories than you're putting in your body. So just be cognizant of that. And I would just tell you do a mile a day. Kind of ramp it up as you get a little faster with your miles. And you're like, oh, you know what? I can go to a mile and a half today. And the next week, step it up to 2. But just be cognizant of what you're putting in your body. That's how you get rid of fat. All right, what inspires your style? Comfort inspires my style. I'm from Texas, I'm from the South, so I always have like a kind of a prep that I can never really shake. And when I originally moved to Chicago, very urban, and I remember trying to like totally pivot and have my clothes be a lot more urban than what I would be wearing back in Austin or Dallas. And after like a month or two, I was like, this is so not me. And then I finally kind of found a groove of like more urban clothing that was a little more classic or a little more preppy and really fit my style and vibe. Where do you buy most of your clothes? I am not an online shopper, and I really have to go into stores and like touch things, feel them. I'll try them on, and then like if I like them, I'll be back the next day and get it. But I'm just a really hesitant purchaser. But I feel like if I am shopping, I love Topman, Zara, Faraday, Polo. My 2 favorite brands are Australian and they ship here, but they don't exist here yet. They need to, so bad though. Venroy and Jack and Jack. They do amazing stuff. But yeah, I feel like my jeans, I love Rag & Bone and I love Rogue Territory for jeans. For suits, Bonobos is great. Button downs, most of them are Jose Bank. Buy 1, get 3, can't beat that. For a nice dress shirt. Shoes wise, I've been loving Topman shoes. They're mostly under $100 and I've been digging like getting a little platform. I'll never say no to an inch. What is your favorite brand of workout clothing? Nike, solid, can't go wrong with Nike. I would say Outdoor Voices makes some great pants. I love their workout shorts. And then there's a lot of really awesome New York brands, 4 Laps, Wallaco, a brand in Chicago called Public Rec, great shirts. I think those are probably my go-tos in terms of workout gear and what I'm wearing on a daily basis, pretty much. What do you miss most about Texas? I'd say my family. I'm super close to my family and they're all back in Texas. I've got a twin sister, a little sister, and a little brother, Caroline, Lauren, and Crawford. Yeah, my mom and dad, all my cousins, my friends from high school and college are all in Texas. So luckily, I feel like I go back often-ish. But yeah, I'd say the people, they're nice down there. What do you miss most about Chicago? Chicago is such a livable city. I know like the winters are a deterrent, but like it's so nice. And I kind of landed there because I didn't want New York and I didn't want LA, and I was like, oh, it's literally in the middle. It's kind of this like chiller New York. The food's amazing. The restaurants have so much space compared to New York. Of course, have amazing friends that I miss and I love so much. And yeah, so I think just my friends and like the city itself, it's easy, you know? All right, guys, I hate to love and leave you, but I've got to run. Thank you so much for sticking around, and I hope you enjoyed it and got to learn a little bit more about me and who I am and what I do. I definitely will be doing another one of these in the future, and I feel like some of these subjects needed some expanding on, so definitely subscribe if you aren't already yet, and definitely be sure to comment below if you got some questions that I can answer in the comments. All right, until next time.